What's good with YouTube? You already know Big Flacco with the comics perspective, and I'm smashing, dashing, sliding on through with a whole lot of energy, man. Oh man, I've been feeling a little bit off, man. I've been sick, man. But here I am, though. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support the channel, and hit the bell notification for future fire content. Now, this is a banger, man. This is gonna be an interesting one because this was a crazy fucking night. So I'm mobbing around. I got someone that's working with me, working with my crew, right? I'm not going to really say his name, but someone mentioned him yesterday, a homeboy from Sunnyvale, right? And so as we're driving around, I get a phone call, right? And it's from my channel at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to refer to him as Red. Red hits me up on the phone and says, I need you. I'm like, I got you. What's cracking? He goes, some shit's going to kick off over here at the 49er Inn. I go, I'm on my way. So I call Laughing Boy from Bonmas, right? He ends up showing up too at the same time, but I get there first. And when I get there, I say, okay, what's cracking? What do you want to do? And I'm with the other homeboy too, and he's new to the crew. You know what I'm saying? He's been working with me for maybe about 3 weeks, right? And this was a pretty much, kind of a hard night for him. So as we get there, there's this big old dude, man. I mean, like the dude's about 6'5", like 3 something, right? But he's drunk, and Red's on the phone, and I can only assume that he's talking to Brown, right? These are code names I'm using. So dude comes by and fucking shakes fucking Red's hand all fucking hard, like everything's good, and you can see fucking Red's face like, this motherfucker. So he just tells Brown on the phone, I gotta hang up. Hangs up the phone. We go up in there, the 49er Inn, and he walks up to the dude, and he literally karate chops the dude fucking straight to the fucking neck and drops him. And me and homeboy start to run up and Laughing Boy, but the Carnal had everything under control. He was literally beating the shit out this big dude, man. Bam, just fucking dropping him. Bam, bam, and just was on top of him, right? At the end, he told the dude, this is nuestra familia, right? So, the Carnal was a little drunk. And so then he went to the 49er Inn, the bartenders, and told them, fucking, you didn't see nothing, right? We ended up bouncing in my car. So as we're bouncing, we're like, man, I want to go drink too now, so I don't want to drive. So we go pick up my old lady at the time, which was a female out there in Alviso. So I pick her up. She's going to drive, right? But I'm driving at first. And then this young homeboy, I don't think he knew the dude was a Carnal, first of all, right? I think he thought maybe dude worked under me, right? So he starts getting into an attitude and fucking on instinct, man, to shut the dude up. I turn around and I fucking sock the dude. I'm in the driver's seat. I turn around and just stop the car and I sock him, right? And then from there, it turns into a fucking frenzy. Next thing you know, the Carnal got some in the headlock. And we're feeling bad. I'm like, I told you, motherfucker, to shut, you know what I mean? To, watch what you say around the people I'm around, you know what I mean? And then the dude could have literally been deemed no good. He tried to fight with the Carnal first. I think he hit the Carnal one time, but that was it, right? And he was hemmed up. And we're like, okay. Luckily, the dude I was with is not one of those dudes that's going to abuse his authority just to deem somebody no good, right? So if we go from there to the next bar, and we go to fucking Little Frank's, and homeboy's all drunk, right? We're all drunk. And homeboy starts showing him, like, talking to him, saying, yeah, and he starts doing these crazy kicks and shit, like by missing homeboy. Like homeboy's pretty bad at with that martial arts as well, you know what I mean? And then finally he tells the homeboy, he goes, check this out, man. He goes, you know what? He goes, we got someone we got to go take care of, right? Because he already told me we're supposed to go take someone out. He goes, but we're going to set an example. You're going to go with us on this. We're going to see where the fuck your heart's at. Now, bear in mind, this homeboy, right? This is the third time he's met up with me. He got plugged in with me about maybe 3 weeks before through a homeboy that he wanted to function out there in the streets, right? Now, the second time he met up with me, there was an OG that came to my house, some veterano from Sunny Hills, right? Because at the time, the girl I was dating, her dad was from Sunny Hills. All her family was from Sunny Hills. She was from Sunny Hills. And, people ain't supposed to go to my pad, but he shows up to my pad, and she's not there. I let the dude in, And then the dude starts to fucking make all kinds of demands, like, is this shit good? Can I smoke? And all this shit, man. So I just fucking end up headbutting the dude. And then I grab the fucking pot and I crack this dude with the pot that had hot dogs in it, right? So get this motherfucker. So we start jumping this dude up in my house. Dude ends up running out the house with his fucking beanie cap fucking sideways. So now he's already getting the gist of how things are, like how I am. Now this is the third time I'm with him. And, you know, not only did I take off on him, so did the other homeboy. And he tried to swing on him. He thinks he's going to be deemed no good. He's fucking kind of a little bit nervous. He's looking at me like, man, are you guys going to deem me? I'm like, nah, he's thinking we're going to take him out. But that wasn't the case. So now within, like, I think the third time of fucking meeting up with me, he's already fucking involved in a plot to take someone out, which eventually we didn't have to take dude out, though. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show what the life was about, man, and the realities of it. And that's what I had to tell him later on, because I talked to him alone afterwards. And, you know, he's seen all the stuff that I had going on, you know, the life that I had. And, you know, even though for a second he was kind of nervous about what was going to happen to his standards, he said that he wanted to be part of that life, you know. But now the realities are setting in. You know, we're showing them it's just not all fucking just having status and standings and not having to go out there and put in work or being called upon to do something, you know what I mean? Because that's what got him in the cross in the first place, was he questioned why we went over there and jeopardized our freedom by backing up the homeboy. I'm like, hey, that's just how it is. If I call someone up and you are available, you're going to have to show up. You know what I mean? And the reason why I socked him was because he didn't understand the level of people he was around at that time. Like I said, you know, Laughing Boy had left, but I called him up, man, because I didn't know what I was stepping into. But as far as the individuals I used to deal with, I used to not take them because, or any of my crew members really, because that was me dealing, you know what I'm saying, with organizational business. And a lot of times we didn't bring our manpower. But that night, I actually he had to go with me because I got that fucking call. And he started to overstep his opinion in front of someone, right? That was, you know what I'm saying, that held high rank. So on instinct, I just fucking socked him. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that I had any anger or any hate towards the dude. It's me telling him to shut the fuck up. And I told him to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And then he tried to say something. And that's when the Carnal and him started getting into it in the back seat of my car. I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm thinking we're going to fucking end up taking this dude up. The dude's already ego is kind of a little bit shattered because my lady was in the car at the time, and he used to always say that, man, I like how you and your lady have a relationship. I want something like that for me and all that. So he kind of probably, you know, felt a little bit ashamed that it happened in front of her, man. But at the end of the day, man, this is just growing pains. It wasn't nothing to sit there and belittle the dude. It's like, man, this is real shit, man. You know, we're taking care of real business out there. And next thing you know, he's being told that he's going to go on a fucking hit with me, him, and the other individual. He wasn't no punk. He was with it. You know what I'm saying? We were cool afterwards because he kind of got a little bit of a reality check, right, of what he was involving himself in. And so I was trying to make sure that he was ready for that commitment. Even though he had just got recruited as an soldado, I said, it's different out here on the streets. You're going to be accounted with a monthly. You're going to be accounted to if this needs to be done, this needs to be done. You're going to have to figure out when you work with me, what do you want to do? Do you want to sell dope? Do you want to collect debts? What do you want to do? And like I said, it was a learning experience, man. And very few people get put in that position that fast. And what I mean by position, I mean in position to where we're about to take care of some real big business. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was a reality check for him, you know, and I think that kind of humbled him a little bit, but he also had an understanding of what obligations he would have if he was going to function, which he still chose to function at that time. So the message right here is a lot of times, right, you get involved, you think it's going to be all fucking roses and everything's going to be sweet and everything, and all things are going to operate. Now, there's a lot of stuff that sometimes is going to be called upon you if you decide to obligate or involve yourself in. And that's the one thing I had to explain to him. As when he was sent to me, you know what I'm saying? I was barely met him this was the third time I met up with him. Afterwards, I started meeting up with him more frequently. But before that, he didn't have a clear understanding of what it meant to be out there functioning with a regiment, assisting the regiment, or being part of a crew, which he was put on with my crew. And not even all my crew members knew each other. That's the thing, is I used to distance everybody from each other to isolate anybody from getting caught up, you know? But yeah, that's the message in the spiel, guys. Is before you think of involving yourself, know what you're involving yourself in, know what it's about, know what the expectations are, and don't think it's going to be just some easy fucking cakewalk, because there's going to be sacrifices that have to be made. You know, within the second and third time, fucking violence was already fucking on display in front of him. One time he got involved in it, and the second time, he almost fucking got deemed no good for disrespecting us. You know what I'm saying? So we had to put him on the right fucking right walk, man, which he did, man, and he's active to this day. So I'm not gonna sit there and put out his name. He's a good dude, but it was a learning experience for him what this life truly is about. With that said, Slocko Convict's Perspective, I'm out.